Hello everyone and welcome to episode 32 of Let's Play Wall Street Raider. I'm RakeM, your host. Today we are continuing down our list of corporations to get them all split into a $30 to $50 range as far as their stock price goes. And it looks like the integrated oil industry is getting ready to be taken over. The stock price of ZDNet has dropped about 30% in the last couple of months, and I imagine that the rest of the stocks there are about the same. Our stock index went all the way down to 27,000 and is now on the way back up. Part of that is because the interest rate is now neutral, or the policy is now neutral. We were all the way up to 11 and a quarter, and we're now to 10 and 3/4. Oil has been edging up in the last couple of months. It was down to 80 and now it's back up to close to 100. Gold has been holding steady in the 800 range after we had an interest rate of 4% and it went all the way up to 1100 and change, and then the policy changed and the interest rate went up, so this dropped 250 points pretty much immediately. Meanwhile, silver, and we have, by the way, we have futures of gold, we have futures of silver, and we bought futures of corn. We're looking to sell gold at 2,000, but in order for us to reach that, the interest rate will have to go back down again. Silver went all the way down to below 10, and so, but we didn't sell it. We held on to it, and now it's back up close to 15. We were originally looking for a price of about 20, but right now I'm thinking about 18 is good enough. So we'll hope for that to go back up. Corn we bought at $1.95, and it has now doubled in price. We also bought physical corn, and I'm tempted to go ahead and sell it now because corn is a perishable commodity. So when you buy physical corn, you know, a certain percentage of it is lost to spoilage over time. So the faster you sell it, the better. And I think I'm going to go ahead and cover my positions and that of Berkshire Hathaway pretty much right away as far as the physical corn is concerned. We're going to hold on to the futures and hope that this hits a price of 6. And if it does, then we'll let it go then. So I'm going to go ahead and sell my positions as soon as I finish telling you about our stocks. So last week, or last episode, we were looking at going through and adjusting all the stock prices to where they were between 30 and 50 and making sure that every stock got touched. And we got all the way down to ST, and then I got distracted by the fact that he's got an almost monopolistic market share. So we didn't end up getting through the whole list. So we're going to finish that after I deal with my commodities. And then we're going to go over and check on ZDNet and see if it's time to start taking that over. And if it is, then we'll do that. And if not, then we'll go to our stocks and look at all the ones that are whose earnings are not going up. So if they're flat or if they're backsliding, then we'll adjust those as needed. All right, so let's get started. We're going to go ahead and do the commodities first and sell off our physical corn. Okay. And now let's go to, and we got a lot of bankruptcies we got to deal with too. Let's go to Berkshire Hathaway and have him do the same thing. Okay, so that's that. I'm curious to see how much cash he has now. Over $1 trillion now. So corn's up and gold's up, and for me, everything's up as of right now. I wish we would have gotten all 5 for this $1.48, but unfortunately it went up after I did that one. So let's see. We need to go back to ST. Actually, let's check on the bank first and see how many bankruptcies he's got. Alright, so that's 10. He's got 10. Right? That's 9, 10. So we got one more slot. So we'll go to ST, and as soon as the next bankruptcy comes in, then we'll come back and deal with these. Alright, so let's go to ST. Alright, let's go ahead and split him because we're going to do that regardless. And basically what the situation is with him, we gave 10% of the market to Zelenyx here. The returns are fantastic, so I absolutely hate having to grow negative. Alright, but we don't want to reach a monopoly status and have antitrust suits come against us. So we're going to grow negative until our market share comes down or until Zelenyx price goes up. Okay, and if the reverse happens, if ST goes up to where he can be sold for a 500% profit and Zelenyx remains flat, then we'll just buy Zelenyx from him, sell him, and then have Zelenyx grow. Okay, so that's the plan. Everything else looks fine except we need to up the R&D on Zelenyx. Alright, so right now he is very capable, so let's make his R&D 6%. Okay, so we're just going through this list and we're looking for ones whose earnings are above $1, because if it's less than $1, then it probably doesn't need to be split. So next one that we need to look at is Swiss, and he needs to be split on more than once. Alright, and he's reasonably competent, and we're spending 6% on his R&D, so he's fine. Alright, so next one, that's fine, and Telefónica's next. He needs to be split. He is very capable, has cash. He's only a 4% market share, which is why we have him growing at 60%. Returns are good, and he's very capable, but I want to leave him at 8% because these guys are spending that much on their R&D. So we'll just keep growing him up. Looks like AT&T is in a bad credit situation, and with the interest rate high, he may go broke, he may not. But we'll hope for his price to come down regardless. Okay, let's see. That was Telefonica. So TMP World is next. He's got plenty of cash. He's very capable. So he's just got a great return. He doesn't need to be split. And we're only growing at 1%. We can grow more, but these guys are killing it, so it's deteriorating already. So we're just going to take our returns and be happy with them. Alright, so next, Tokyo's fine, Trump's fine, Union Camp. Alright, so let's split him. He's got plenty of cash. He's reasonably competent. 40% market share. And his price to net worth is not as high as we would like it to be, not even close. So, since our returns are coming down now, I think we need to look at the dividend is 51 cents. Okay, that's fine. We're bringing in that much. I don't know. We should have a better stock price here, but we don't. I guess we only just gave him the cash to pay off his loan, and the stock price just hasn't caught up yet. So I guess we'll just leave it. I don't see anything that we need to change. Just don't have the results we'd like to have. So let's move on to the next one, Union Pacific. split him. Alright, so now we have 10, so we got to go take care of the bankruptcies. And let's just finish up with Union Pacific here. He's very capable, so we can back down the R&D. He doesn't need to be split. He's got enough cash. Looks like there's a bankruptcy here to be picked up. So all this looks good. We can just back down our R&D. All right, so let's take care of the rail there. All right, let's give him $3 billion. Let's back down our R&D to 6% and split him one more time and call it good. Okay, here we're just going to have Vertex buy these three. Merge them in. Okay, the simulation's getting confused. It's giving me blank notices and locking up now and then. I also had something else happen I'd never seen before, in that I went to buy bonds, and even though we pretty much bought the max, it let me buy as many as I wanted, 499 at a time. Okay, so we need to give him another $3 billion. Make it 4. Okay. So now we have 27% market share. Our return is fantastic, and he's growing negative, so we're going to keep up this 33% rate until our return goes down, and we can increase our dividend now. So it's currently set to 12, so let's make it 20. Okay, and let's split him. Okay, back to the bank. Alright, US Air. We already have a big enough market share, so we'll just sell him off. Here we'll fold Lowenbrow into SAB Miller. We're spending 22% on our R&D, and we're still mediocre. Of course, we only just changed this last episode, so we'll give it some more time to work. Our earnings are going way up anyway, so. Alright, back to the bank. Alright, Asarco. We've got Newmont. And he's got a big enough market share already. Let's just sell both of those off. Okay, Imperial Petroleum. The returns are way down on everybody except us, and wow, Arab came back and he's making more. But the main thing is for this guy to have less. Exxon, his credit's running out and his return's terrible, and mostly because he's spending a lot on R&D. But I'm surprised his stock price hasn't dropped. It doesn't matter to us if we establish a monopoly right now, but we really just want these prices to go down. Let's see what's up with him. His earnings are down, so why isn't his stock price down? I mean, he's mortgaged to the hilt and the interest rate is high. Is he just making money on futures? No, all of his futures are negative. So, why is his stock price so high? That's ridiculous. I mean, he did make a lot of money last year, though. Well, let's see what happens to him when he declares in January. I guess we're going to have to keep this up for another couple more months, because we can't let him recover. That's just, Exxon is the one that we're going after, and Arab for that too. Arab 2 for that matter, he was down to 300% before. So basically these are the main ones, because if you add these together, we've got 92% of the market. These others are all owned, so we can buy those from other companies. These are the only ones that we have to acquire directly. So yeah, we're just going to have to keep this going. So we'll hang on to him. Let's go ahead and have ZDIM. IMO, I think, is the symbol. Alright, now we don't own 100% of ZDNet, so we'll just leave IMO as separate for right now. He doesn't have any debt, so he's not going to go bankrupt again, unless he's losing money, but he's not. Okay, back to the bank. Alright, Sanyo will merge with Panasonic. Alright, and here, growing at 7%, and our return's okay. It's not great. And we have R&D of 16. But we're very capable, so we can bring that down. So let's make this 8 and make some more money off of this. Alright, so we'll fold BEA systems into it. And we need to give him some more money. Let's give him $4 billion. Reasonably competent, spending 10%, growing at 60. All that looks good. Wow, we don't have anybody in the computer industry? Well, we sure need to. This is a huge industry. And we had that message a while back about, the new era of prosperity and all that. And the top two, or two of the top three, have no credit and are growing negative. Alright, so we need to buy Dell, Fuji, Sun Microsystems, Net Computer, and Toshiba, and merge them with Unisys. Alright, let's go to Tokyo and see if he has money or not. He has some. Just depends on how expensive Dell is. $4 billion. Okay, then we should have enough to buy everybody then. Probably have enough to pay off all their loans too. Fuji, Sun Microsystems, NEC, and Toshiba. Alright, so next one is Fuji. Sun Microsystems. Toshiba. I guess I got that wrong. Let's go look. Alright, NEC and TSBC. Okay. And then the one that was bankrupt was UIS. Alright, let's contribute them all to Dell and liquidate them. Alright, we need to give him 10 billion. Well, 8 billion. Alright, we are somewhat mediocre. Do we have swaps? Yep. Okay, so let's cancel those. So we're growing at 16%, which is fine. And I can actually grow at 20. And we're mediocre, so we need to increase this to 10% since everybody has such a low deal, and hopefully these guys we'll keep that stuff up, that negative stuff that's helping us. Alright, we're supposed to make money. So let's set our dividend to $3.42. Alright, let's see. I think that's it. Oh, we need to split it. Alright, back to the bank. And our interest rate has gone up despite the policy being neutral. Alright. Housing development. We've already got Del Webb with a significant market share, and he's still growing. So we'll just sell these two off. Right, next up is Dow Jones. And we have Scripps there who's not doing very well, but Jones is. So let's buy them, merge them in. Alright, let's give Scripps another couple of billion. Alright, we're reasonably competent, so maybe we can back down this R&D a little bit and make some more money. Of course, the returns are going to go down no matter what we do unless we freeze these guys. So I guess we're just going to stick with it because they're spending a lot of money on R&D too. Alright, so I guess nothing else to do there. So let's go back to the bank. And we kind of need to get over to ZDNet because his price is down some more. The bank's price is way down too because look at the interest rate. Wow. Just out of curiosity, what's the price on bonds now? Look how low that is. I'd like to have Zurich buy some more bonds. He's got a whole bunch already though. Just not sure. Just not sure. We got 75 trillion in stocks, and Zurich's way up, way up. Kind of surprising considering what's going on with the interest rate. Alright, Telecom New Zealand. Put him into the Telefonica. Alright, so this one and this one are both in the securities industry, so we can add those to Nico. Have Zurich give him 2 million, or 2 billion, I mean. Actually, let's make it 3. That all still looks good. Are we still capable? All right, let's increase our R&D to 8%. Okay, we're not going to get a break from the bankruptcies. And with the interest rate at 12%, I want to do another set of long swaps. And let's go over to the bank and see how many bankruptcy companies he's got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. All right, let's go ahead and do the swaps first, and then we'll go over and look at ZDNet regardless of the bankruptcies. I mean, unless we get up to 11. All right, so I think Hartford has swaps, but not very many, and they're all short. So let's do some long swaps with him. And we'll do as many as we can. I don't know how many that's going to be. It just depends on who will accept the swaps and how many companies are in the database. We've done a lot of liquidations, so I'm not sure how many are there now. All right, but I'll do as many as I can, and I'll be right back. I was able to do more than I thought I was going to be able to do. We got a total of 178. And furthermore, with the interest rate this high, I'm going to go ahead and put as much money into bonds as I'm able to. I'm going to take all of the bank's money out of consumer loans and mortgages, have all of the insurance companies buy all but 100 billion's worth of bonds each, so that they take themselves all the way down to just 100 billion in cash. And then if the bank has any cash left over after that, we'll have the bank do it too. All right, so now let's go to each insurance company, and I'll have it invest all the money it has into bonds. I mean, assuming that it'll still let us buy as many as we want at 499 bonds per transaction. And it looks like it'll let us, and the price is really low, so I'm going to load up on all the bonds until they just have 100 billion in cash left each. That's going to take a little while, so I'll fast forward at the maximum rate, and I'll be back when I'm done. I took all the insurance companies down to $100 billion in cash. I did the same with me, and I donated my bonds to Tokyo Mitsubishi, or Tokyo Marine and Fire, or whatever it's called. And I had the bank buy all the bonds it could, all the way down to this much left. And I wanted to have at least 10% of my business loan portfolio for a cushion in case any of them are still borrowing. And since we have everybody unfrozen, we know that they are. Alright, so now that that's done, we've got a bunch of bankruptcies we have to deal with. And let's see, there's 9 of them. So we still have some more room. We still need to get over to the rest of those stocks, but we got to deal with this first. So Kinpo Electric is in office equipment, which is where we have Olivetti, so we'll just fold him in. Alright, Saks. We'll merge them into SoftBank. National Beverage. We'll merge into Dr. Pepper. And those windows, they're blank on my screen too. You're not missing anything. That just happens every once in a while. I'm not sure what causes it. It just happens. As far as I can tell, you don't miss anything when playing the game. So Spiegel here. Let's see. We got 3 of them. Office Depot. I don't know what that one is. Best Buy maybe, and Spiegel. We have 26%, so if we add these, we're going to have a bunch. We're going to have 33%. And we really don't need to have 33%, especially since the industry is growing very little. Do I want to keep them? They're just so cheap, it's hard to say no. Alright, let's take them. Let's take them. Alright, that's Best Buy and Spiegel, so now we just got Office Max left, or Office Depot. And we're going to need more money here when we're done. Alright, so let's give them another $6 billion. Make it 7. The return's excellent, so I don't see any reason to change my growth rate. We can back down the R&D to 6 though. Okay, let's look at Goldcorp. Merge him into Barrick. Alright, Georgia Pacific paper. We've got enough of a market share here, so we're just going to sell them off. This one will merge in with concentric. Alright, this one we're staying out of. And as small as these are, I'm just going to sell them all off just to get it over with and out of here. And we have enough of a market share with him, so we're just going to sell off IKEA as well. Alright, and Tel Labs will merge into Nortel. Nortel needs some more money. Let's give him $8 billion. And we'll go ahead and buy Sienna Corp too, if it'll let me. Just when I thought I was going to be done, a new set of bankruptcies have shown up. Alright, we're going to sell all three of those off. We have a big enough market share already. I don't remember which one is the one that's in pollution control, so let's take a look. Okay, it's Donaldson. And Hazama is in engineering. Okay. Alright, so this one will just merge in with Santa Fe. Alright, finally. Now we can go look at the rest of these companies. And I don't remember quite where we left off. I think we got to the bank at least. So that's fine, that's fine. Okay, TMP World. We got some bad news about him a couple of months back. That he had some kind of a loss. Of course, it doesn't show it now, but his earnings are up from last year but down from last quarter, and they're flat, but they're pretty decent returns considering his stock price. 8% per quarter for 36% a year. That's pretty good. So we'll just leave it alone. Alright, next It's good, 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 good. Okay, United Continental. He needs to be split. And all that looks good. But he needs some money. Alright, so let's give him another $7 billion. Reasonably competent, so I don't see why we're spending 16%. Let's back that down to 8. It's acting like the ticker is running, but we have the ticker paused. So I don't really get why it's doing that. So anyway, where did we end up? TMP World. Okay, so he's fine. Okay, him we just did. Oh, and we need to split him too. He needed to be split once. Fine. Okay, Vulcan. Alright, he doesn't need to be split. Reasonably competent and making money. Got a big market share. Growing at 30%. We gotta back that down or our return's gonna turn to crap. So let's change our growth rate to 8. And even at that rate, it's going to turn to crap, but not as quickly. Let's see. Reasonably competent. And we're making money, so we can give ourselves a dividend. Alright, let's change the growth rate actually to 3% and take our R&D down to 8% and give ourselves a 1% dividend. Which would be 26 cents. So, Wackenhut next, and then Warner Brothers. Alright, Wackenhut needs more money. And he's making money, so let's give him a dividend. Okay, so dividend of 84 cents. And split him. Alright, let's take our growth rate down to 15%. Alright, now let's give him 800 million. Okay, Warner Brothers. Got a good market share, good return. Let's increase our R&D to 8%. Let's give him 16 billion. Buy back the bonds and pay off the debt. Alright, now let's split him. Alright, waste management. Okay, all that looks good. We just need to split him. Linux or Xilinx or whatever it's called. Doesn't need to be split. He's just making a lot of money. So let's give him a dividend. Alright, ZDNet. let's do Zurich first. Zurich we need to split. Very capable. So let's back this down to 5%. And he doesn't need to be split, he's just making a lot of money. Alright, so now ZDNet. Alright, now he went down to below 100 a share, and now he's on the way back up. We still have plenty of money. We have a 46% market share, and earnings are on the way up. So why it says strong sell, I couldn't tell you, especially with the oil price going up. Alright, we have monopoly status, maybe that's why. I'm inclined to continue this growth rate until these stocks come down into the 100% range. So that's what we're going to do. I could sell these two off until we're ready to take it over, but there's no real need to at this point. How do I have these? It's probably through the Citigroup bankruptcy. Yeah. Citigroup has a lot of stuff we're going to have to unravel. Starting with Bank of America, we need to get rid of. And he probably has stocks too. A bunch of them. Look at all those. Merrill Lynch is the biggest one. So, that's going to be a lot of work. I think we're going to save that for the next episode. I mean, he's in dire financial straits and has interest rate swaps with us. So we're going to have to act on this stuff pretty quick. And we're getting up close to the end of our runtime. So I think I'm going to end it here. It may be a little shorter than what you're used to, or maybe not. I don't know. I did so much fast forwarding, it's hard to tell. But when we come back next time, we will unravel what we want out of Citigroup. And let ZDNet continue to pound on the other members of the oil industry. And I think before we go, we're going to go ahead and cover our corn. But beyond that, I think we're done. Alright, so let's cover our positions in corn here. And I'll do the same for Berkshire Hathaway. Okay, that's it for this episode. Thanks for joining me. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like and share. When we come back next time, we will start making sure that all of our stocks have increasing earnings. And we will probably buy some more bonds if the interest rate doesn't go down. And until next time, this is RakeM saying, have a good one.